Hello guys, this is Mr. Bull897 here, and I'm back with another Redstone tutorial. In the last one, I covered the basics. Pretty much all of the basic rules. It covered everything, you know. You could block off the circuits. I did the AND gate and the OR gate, stuff like that. Which, this one's not working for some reason. But anyway, moving on to what's new. Anyway. Alright, so one thing I forgot to cover was the basic inverter, which I did make one on my AND gate over there, but here's another one. So pretty much, with a basic inverter, the lever's up, but the output is on. With the inverter, I pull it down, and it turns off. And so pretty much, just transmits the signal separately, and therefore levers look more like real levers. It kind of comes in handy sometimes, especially if you want to trick people. Alright, now on to some more fancy gates, I guess. I have the OR gate, which I made over there too. Just added a lever on top to kind of show how it works, no matter where the input's at. It just can't be below the block unless it's a redstone torch should work. And then you have the NOR gate, which is pretty much the same, except for it has a built-on inverter, which just transmits the signal separately. And then onto the AND gate. The AND gate's pretty much the same one that's over there. It's built with 2 redstone torches on the top, the levers there, and then the piece of redstone in the middle to connect those torches. And then this torch is powered by that redstone, so when both of these torches are off, it sends out the power and it turns on. Alright, so that's the AND gate, and onto the NAND gate. The pretty much difference on this one is you take off that torch, and it inverts the signal. So I do this, and it turns off. However, if I do that on this side, it turns on. So that's pretty much the 4 basic gates. Those are probably the most used from what I've seen, but there's some more that you might have to learn later. And anyway, I'm going on to the T flip-flop now. I built one of these in the last video as well. It's built with 2 pistons on either side like that, with a block in the middle, and then redstone torch under it. That's going to be your output. And then you have redstone torch on either side. Then you have this redstone on the top, and that's your input. So you come over here, and it just flips the block over when it gets power, because of the way the pistons work. Now, something cool that I've learned is that if you come over here and I press this button, it still flips it and it works. However, what you can do is lock it by adding a lever right there. So, you do that, and there you are. It locks it where the buttons don't work anymore. Which is something kind of interesting to do, especially if you're building like a secret base on a multiplayer server. Just put that lever inside where you have your second button, and it will lock your door, which is something kind of fun to do. Anyway, now I'm going to move on to a couple clocks here. Clocks have gotten a lot easier since the earlier days, because in the earlier days you had to build it out of a whole bunch of blocks and stuff like that. Well, now you can use repeaters. You can make them as big or as small as you want. And the smaller they are, the faster the timing on it is. Alright? So I'm going to show you how to build one just real quick, because getting it started up can be a bit tricky. So I'm just going to do a couple here, like so. And you add redstone on all 4 of the corners. And then what you do is you take your redstone torch, and boom, just like that. The bigger it is, the easier it is. However, with this one, I might not even be able to get it, but let me retry that real quick. No, it was a fail. I gotta get this. There. That one's really tricky to get because you have to be so fast. Otherwise it locks on. Alright, and the last thing I'm going to show you real quick is, I don't honestly know the technical name for it. I'm going to make one up and call it a sequentializer, just because I like that name. So you click this button, and it turns off in order, and comes back on in the opposite order. Which is pretty interesting. It's not that hard to build. You can make it pretty much as long as you want as well. All you do is you take these repeaters here, will be facing that way, and then as you get to the end, you'll have that one facing that way, and it'll just go back. But all the repeaters in the middle will be facing towards your output blocks. It's pretty simple to make as well, and kind of fun to play with, just because the order and everything, which it really comes in handy when you need separate timing on things. So yeah, that's some of the basics there for Redstone. I'm going to show you how to build this sequentializer real quick, just in case I didn't explain it good enough, because I should be fairly quick at it. All you do is you place all these repeaters like so, and then this one will go there, and then the ones on the front into those blocks, and then in the middles facing into these output blocks. Then you don't have to use redstone torches like I did there. You can also just do like so, because with the repeaters behind them, it gives power to the block. I'm going to use some pistons just to explain. And they come on around here. You do, however, have to have that redstone torch there, or I think it might work with a repeater. I can't remember for sure. I usually just use a redstone torch like so, and then block and button, and there you go. And what I did on this one over here, just to make it show up better, is these middle ones. You can put as much delay on it as you want, and it makes it slower. That way you can see it better, which also comes in handy for things. So yeah. That's pretty much a basic redstone tutorial again, except for this one was covering the blocks and gates. If you guys have a request for any other redstone tutorials, please feel free to either inbox me or just leave me a comment, and I'll try and get to it and learn how to do it if I don't know. So this is Mr. Bull 897 signing off. Thank you.